Science writing heuristic for laboratory. Content writing strategies. Science writing heuristic for laboratory. TEACS. So we're using this heuristic for laboratory. We're going to use the following TEACS. In science grade 4, I want to point out B3A. In all fields of science, analyze, evaluate, and critique scientific explanation by using empirical evidence, logical reasoning, and experimental and observational testing, including examining all sides of scientific evidence of those scientific explanations so as to encourage critical thinking by the student. And then 5A, measure, compare, and contrast physical properties of matter, including size, mass, volume, states, solid, liquid, gas, temperature, magnetism, and the ability to sink or float. Instructions. So, to start off, the science writing heuristic for laboratory can be duplicated and modified in a simple Word document. I went ahead and created in my Word document this example by using the insert chart. So once you have duplicated this, modified it, or however it would best fit in your classroom, you're going to provide a sheet for each student or post a large poster size copy for the entire class to use. I found that a poster size would be beneficial for students to use the same one again and again and cut down on copies. Step 1. Step 1 says, beginning ideas. What questions do I have? So here you're going to have the students write down testable questions, also known as a hypothesis. Here for the beginning ideas, I wrote, I think the pennies will sink in the water and the cork will float because the penny is heavier than the cork. Step 2, tests. What did I do? Students write down how they test the hypothesis in enough detail that it can be repeated. I filled 2 glasses with water and placed a penny and a cork in each cup. And so I would be a little more specific here and said I filled a 8-ounce cup of water, and I placed the penny and the cork, one in each cup. Step 3, observations. What did I see? The students write details of what they see in the test. So I wrote, I saw the penny fell to the bottom of the cup. The cork floated at the top. I saw the cork bobbing up and down, but slowly it ended up stopping near the top of the cup. Step 4, claims. What inferences can I make? Based off tests and observations, what can students infer? I can infer the cork floated since it weighed less than the penny. I also think the materials caused the cork to float. Step 5, evidence. How do I know? Have the students prove their claims by giving evidence. So here, as evidence, I wanted to duplicate. So I tried the test again, and I said I wanted to see if the cork floated because of the mass of the material. So I cut a piece of cork that weighed the same as the penny. However, it still floated, so the material is what helps the cork float, not the fact that they two weigh different. Step 6, reading. How do my ideas compare with others? Find additional 2 sources. One requires a citation. So here, according to the UCSB science line, the cork floats because it's less dense than water. I wrote here that our textbook would say the same thing. Other students' observations may say the same thing as well. Step 7, reflection. How have my ideas changed? Students go back to the beginning and talk about what they've learned. So my ideas have changed because I realized that it is not the weight of the object like I initially thought, but how dense an object is that will cause the object in the water to float or sink. So strength and benefits of this strategy would be that when writers employ successful strategies, they become more aware of language usage, demonstrate better understanding and better recall, and show more complex thinking about content. And here are our references. This bottom reference here is the number 6, how do my ideas compare with others? This was my additional cited source. Overall, I think this is going to be a great tool for you to use in your classroom. And as you can see here, the students could have this handout and write on the paper, or you could post this very large in your classroom and have the students write these down in a journal or however you would like it. So there's definitely several opportunities here where you can modify this to best fit your classroom, but I will say that I was very easily able to write all this down with no problems, and it just flowed very, very easily for me. Thank you.